All right, guys. So these are cases not 100 and 101. Yeah, 100 and 101. Wow, look at that. Look at that. You don't see that very often. What kind of idiot did that box? Maybe that makes it a special case. What do you guys think? Right? Oh, shit. This is actually perfect timing because I get the boys back tomorrow. Tomorrow night. So, I don't know. Every once in a while you'll get a case and it'll have like a sticker right here. It'll be a little white sticker and it'll have some Topps employee's initials and a check mark and then a date. And it'll be double taped. It'll be taped. Obviously, it was cut open and then taped again, and it's their quality inspection. It's pretty rare, but it happens. And sometimes you get crazy cases out of that. And I always wonder if it means, you know, they went in and inspected it and then dropped off one of the big boxes or something. I've hit a lot of Driscoll color. Logan Driscoll. I know because he's not really the Padre I'm looking for. Well, there's no chance of a Tatis Super out of this one, but we can at least pull some pretty cool stuff. Right? Bishop Rainbow. Man, I still can't believe we hit all those. I can't believe we hit all those Tatis autos and all those superfractors out of that case. That's just crazy. You know what I really wish? I wish we had opened up that case from box 1 to box 40 all on camera in one shot. It's like an hour-long video, but I bet people would really like it. Peyton Burdick. Peyton Burdick. I bet people would like that one, you know? So, nice orange auto anyway. So, Josh, did you say who it was? You said it was close, but I didn't get to see. If you had already said, I didn't get to see. How tight is it? Who's got the lead? The auto lead. It's funny that we care about this stuff, but we definitely do. Shit, hold on. And my follow-up question is, do you have a spreadsheet of both 50s together? I'd really like to use that if you have it. Grayson Rodriguez, blue refractor. Once we're all done, you know, I'd really like to use it. That's funny. Yeah, Phil, you jerk. Franchise futures to 99. Wow, Tyler Baum catching up, huh? Yeah, there you go. What about this guy? He's got to be pretty close too. He's got to have a lot anyway. Kendall Williams, blue. So we got an orange and a blue. All right, I appreciate it. I'm not controversial. They're going to make you controversial, Phil. No matter what, they're going to make you controversial. I once went to sleep, and when I woke up, the internet said that I owned a sports card company called, I don't remember. Anyway, and I owned it with another guy who I didn't even know his name. And together we were secretly running it. I thought that was really funny. And the guy that was telling everybody, he's a really big breaker. He's actually a friend of mine now, but at the time I didn't know him from Adam. And he was spreading the rumor because somebody he trusted told him it was true. And he had a few beers, and then he told the entire, well, he told his chat room. He had like 150 people in there. And then they went to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the forums, and just told everybody that me and this guy, me and this other guy, who's not a group breaker anymore, he's gone. He only does BGS stuff now. That the two of us owned Prospect Rush, which it was kind of weird. And for the record, I didn't own any part of Prospect Rush or have any kind of partnership with another breaker, so it was weird. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? So sometimes you just wake up and the controversy follows you around. Logan, he's got to be up there too, huh? Logan Davidson. All right, so that's box one. Some nice color in box one. With an orange and a blue and a Logan Davidson. Right? How dare you open 5 personal cases of Dynasty? Ah, that's great. Cantorino. Base auto. That's funny too. Yeah, that's funny. I saw you responded to somebody about it. Usually Watch the Breaks can figure stuff like that out though. He's a pretty decent guy. He was one of my first big collaborations. I tried to get Blowout to partner with him. And they kind of hemmed and hawed and thought about it. And by the time they were ready to do it, he was working with GTS. Josh Smith. Will Stewart. Golly, what is with me in dropping cards lately? Spencer Steer, does that give him the lead in color? I know he hit at least one, maybe 2 last night. Aaron Shunk, Cooper Johnson. Tied for the lead with 4 others. At least we spread it out a little bit more this time. How close is Tyler Baum to 60 overall autos, though? That's what I want to know. Ryan Jensen. Ryan Jensen. Case hit. JJ Bleday, nice card. Tyler Baum, taking the lead. Who were the guys you said? Hold on, let me look again. All right, so Baum is now tied for the lead at 28. 58. Golly. Can we get him to 60? Well, he had, what, 30, right? Did he have 30 exactly or 31? So 30, yeah, 30 and 28. Good night. Bro, that jumped. I don't know what to tell you guys. Know a song? Draft. The format I'm going to do draft, I don't have a ton left. Jimmy Lewis, Blue Wave, I've got, well, I'll tell you exactly. I have exactly 40 cases left. I just bought these 40 cases at website not too long ago, but they've gone up enough now that I can run them and make a profit. So that's kind of was my goal. So I'm pretty happy about that. Cavaco. So I'll probably do team and divisional, and I'll probably do boxes. I mean, I've had a good time selling boxes lately on my channel, so I think I'll still do that. I think I'll put some jumbo boxes up for sale. You know, do like single box, half a case, full case, and just see if I can sell some as personal breaks. But I'll probably still do a case, maybe 2 cases. a night over the next probably 4 weeks, to be honest with you. I am taking this weekend off. 31 and 28, so he's got 59. I need one more bomb for 60, guys. Cavaco, Refractor. JJ Bleday, that guy's had a great break. Him and Josh Jung, they've had great breaks. Especially when Phil spends the money, right? Ah, that's great. I've got one case of Topps Chrome left. I've got one case of Bowman Chrome left. So, and I've got a bunch of Bowman Sapphire left. I have I've got another 100 boxes, well 98. I've got 98 more boxes of Sapphire that's on the way. I'll have those Thursday. You know, so I still have a bunch of stuff for personals. I really like the personal angle, so I'd like to keep pushing that and also do group breaks at the same time. So, but Bowman Heritage is tomorrow. Phil will buy anything. No, he definitely has the stuff he likes. I'm hoping he likes Heritage because, not Heritage, yeah, Bowman Heritage. If he likes Bowman Heritage, I'll be able to sell him some. And then usually what Phil buys, other people buy, so that helps. But I used to be almost exclusively box breaks. We would break literally from like 10 o'clock at night until 6 in the morning. This was years ago, but we used to. So, and I kind of got away from it a little bit. We used to do Pack Wars, which Pack Wars was funny because it was labor intensive. So you didn't really make anything. You didn't really make any money in Pack Wars, but they were fun. So we used to do those, man. We used to have the grid and everything. It was cool, but it was such a pain in the butt, you know. Swaggerty, Gorski. So Bowman Heritage comes tomorrow. I'll have that tomorrow night. So that's cool. That's cool. The good part is that I break so late, and Phil's always up so late, so he doesn't have a ton of options. That's how I get to reel Phil in. There's not a whole lot of people breaking this late. If he was up around noon, it'd be like 10 people. He'd have a choice. He'd be able to pick the good breakers, but instead he's stuck with me. Heritage is going to be at least 150. I have to look and see what I paid. I might do them at like, for a single, I might do singles at like 160 delivered. And then do, you know, like 4 boxes where they're 150 or something like that. Balake. But I paid close to 150 on them. I think that's what Blowout asked for was 150, so I'm sure I got them down a little bit. But I haven't. I got to go through the numbers and see. But I think I'll put single boxes up at 160, and then I'll have a deal for, you know, multiple boxes at 150. Because I'm pretty sure I paid close to that. They look cool, but I haven't opened any yet. Spencer Steer. And I've seen a lot of supers pop up, but that might just be people showing off the supers. I don't know. Orange paper. Will Wilson and Josh Smith. We've been doubling up on the colored paper a little bit. You know, I don't know. I'll have to go look. I don't know how many I hit. I didn't think at first that I was going to be able to beat last year. But now I got really close. If not beating last year, I got really close. I've got a thread where I keep track, but I haven't updated it in like 3 weeks, so I'll have to go back and update it. But I was in like the 60s. I think I was in the mid 60s 3 weeks ago. Thompson, so that's his third auto, but still it's base. I think I was at like 66. And I didn't think I'd make it, but I hit those 10 Mike Trouts, so that that bumped me to 76. And then with all the other supers I've hit, of course nothing after New Year's counts, but I hit a bunch of supers before that, so those will count. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close to last year. I don't know if I did more or not. I know I had the most sales I've ever had. I did almost 3 million in sales this year, which is up from last year, almost $1 million. So it's a big jump. So I'm pretty pumped about that. I think it was 2016. I did less than $1 million in sales in 2016. So I almost hit 3 million in 2019. So that'll let you know how much my business has grown just in, damn, that's a nice card. CJ Abrams. I think I did like 800,000 in sales in 2016. And then 2017, I think I was like, it was over 1 million, but not by, just barely over 1 million. And then 2018, it was, about 2. Almost. It was like 1.99, something like that. 1.95 or something. It was way up there. It was basically 2 million. And then this year it was almost 3. Yeah. So it's been a crazy run since 2011. I have no idea what my numbers were back in 2011, but I doubt it went into the. I doubt I had 100,000 in sales in 2011. I doubt it. 2012, I definitely did. 2012 and 13, I was just slowly climbing up. And then I had a really bad 2014 and 15, but my little girl was sick, so Ryan Garcia. So it's really hard to remember those 2 years. And then I was drunk most of 2015. You guys remember, so I spent a year just wasted. And then I climbed out of that in 2016, and then it's been riding the economy ever since. No, I actually have 4 businesses. I have 4 businesses, but this is definitely the lion's share right now. I have 2 small businesses that make me about 20 grand a year, and then I've got another one that's about 50, 60, and then this one. So, but this one's definitely the biggest by far that I do. In one I have 4 employees, and the other one I have 2, and then this one I have right now. I think I have 6. So, Corbin Carroll. You don't want to work for me. I don't pay the money that you're gonna need for that child. I see how all the swag that child has. Yeah, it's like I said, the economy's been good for a while now. I've just been trying to follow along. I tried doing day trading for a while, but I can't do both. I can't do day trading and group breaking. I tried. I can't do it. And I can't make the same amount of money doing day trading. And the stress of day trading's higher. So I like it, though. I love the challenge. So I've been thinking, I was thinking pretty seriously about a year ago to try and move away from group breaking and just do day trading. But after doing both for a few months, I decided to just do this, and it's too hard. It's really, really hard to do both. So I would day trade in the morning, and then I would try swing trade in the afternoon, and then I would break at night, and it was just impossible to keep that going. But it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of excitement, but the stress really wears you down. See? Antoine Kelly, he's got to have a ton of autos too. Antoine Kelly's had a hell of a second half, that's for sure. Yeah, and my wife works too. She works in credit card frauds. She's got a pretty good job. She makes about, I don't really know, it's 50, 60. She makes about 50, 60 a year. So, and that's where all our insurance, all our life insurance, all our benefits, that all comes from her job. So she's been trying to quit for a while, but I'm like, no, we need the health insurance. Really, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't do any of that stuff. My first job was cleaning ashtrays in a bowling alley. Nunez at 13. I cleaned ashtrays in a bowling alley at 13 for $3 an hour. And I rode my bike to get there. Took me about 45 minutes. Dominic Fletcher. Really, that's a lot of autos. Yeah. Yeah, she keeps wanting to quit, but I mean, honestly, if the IVF ever worked, I would probably at least see if we could go part-time for her and still keep the benefits. But I don't know. She's got really good benefits with her job. Braden Shoemake. Chris Murphy. Yeah, I've got more Sapphire coming in. Don't expect it to be as hot as these ones, though. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's kind of what she works in. Like, if you call about your credit card, she supervises the person that's in charge of that group. That's basically her job. So she's got 2 supervisors under her, and then there's like 1 manager above her, and that's her job, the credit card fraud. They want her to take over another group in Wisconsin. She would do it by satellite. I mean, she's in Tampa, but they want her to take over another group in Wisconsin. that I guess they bought out somebody, and so they've got a group there that does, you know, some version of credit card fraud, and so they want her to manage that one too. So she'd have to fly out there a couple times a year, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. I expected to be done by now, to be honest with you. I was only going to break for 3 hours. It's already, we've already been breaking for 2. And we're almost done, though. We're maybe a little over an hour and we'll be done. But it was fun doing all these cases. It really was. I love it. I love doing these cases. Now we get to the shipping, which is good. I've got a good team in place, so shipping will be good. Yeah, I like Tampa. Not all the neighborhoods are the greatest, but overall, I like Tampa. Yeah, I'll definitely do auctions. What I'm gonna do, I'll tell you what my plans are for the new Bowman. At the same time, which is the first time I've done this, I'm gonna run 2 10-case auctions. There'll probably be 5 hobby, 5 jumbo. One will be a true player auction, which will basically mean you get the player, you get his chrome, you get his autos, you get his inserts, you get his insert autos. The only thing you wouldn't get would be cards like this. This would be its own spot. This and box toppers. For instance, if it was draft, which it's not, but if it were draft, this would be its own spot because there's 2 damn cards. I don't want to have to deal with it. And this would be its own spot because there's 3 guys. Wander Franco variation. But for inserts, though, like JJ Bleday, he would get this card. You know, Dave or Dane Dunning, he would get this card. You know, Bleday, he'd get this card. So it'll be a true one. And then the other one will be how I always run it. And then whichever one makes the most money, that's how we'll do the 2 50s. I think I'll do 2 10s and 2 50s. So that'll be 120 cases. I usually end up giving more. Another Garcia, so does that put him ahead? I think, what's Garcia at now? 30, right? None. I'm all out. I'm all out of Sapphire. We just opened the last ones. I've got 98 boxes coming in Thursday. Well, I got 100, but 2 are set aside. Yeah, you get used to it. The humidity is definitely a challenge, something you got to get used to. But then you don't even notice it. And then when you go somewhere else, it feels so dry. You're like, it's so dry here. Yeah, I don't think it makes as much money, honestly. But I'm perfectly content being wrong. If we're wrong, it's a little easier, to be honest with you. So we'll find out. Josh Wolf. I mean, maybe they both make the same amount of money. Then I have to really decide, you know. Yeah, Florida has 4 seasons. It's just they all happen. A couple of them happen in the same week. You know, it's fall at 4, and then 50 out of 50 on the Alec Baum. That's a cool card. 50 out of 50. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Whichever 50 is the winner, that's who would get dibs. I mean, I could always do a 50 of each, and then the winners would have dibs either way. But, you know, we'll see. We'll work it out. I mean, to be honest with you, it's probably going to be the same guy winning the player in the first 2 10s anyway. That's usually how it works. Usually the same guy wins them in both. So Of course, if I end them both at the same time, that won't happen because they won't be able to manage both at the same time. That'd be a real jerk thing to do, though, right? Oh, man. I'm thinking about taking the boys to the Grand Canyon this year. I think that's going to be our trip. So I'm not going to the National. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to the National. If I do, I'll just fly up myself on Saturday. Just go for a day and then fly back. Another Josh Wolf, back-to-back Josh Wolf. Cody Hose. So this is the last box, case 100. Ornelas. Ah, that sounds like cool. That sounds like fun. Uh-oh, Logan Wyatt. It's Fart. There he is. Ah, that's funny. My wife doesn't even come with us half the time. She might come with us if we go to the Grand Canyon, though. She went with us last year when we drove. Normally we fly, but last year we drove, and I had a great time driving. We drove from Tampa all the way up to St. Louis. Went up in the Arch, got to show I mean, I've been in the Arch a couple times, but the boys had never been. So I got to take them up in the Arch, and then we went to a game at Busch Stadium. Then we went to a game at Wrigley. So I think we hit 3 or 4 stadiums that those 10 days. It was a lot of fun. So I definitely like to do it again. But I think this year we're actually gonna drive to the Grand Canyon. So it's a bit of a ways. It's like 2,100 miles, I think, one way. So Zephyr Jean, another one of the leaders. I think I'm gonna drive to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, probably. And I want to hit some highlights in Texas. You know, I've never driven through Texas before, so we're gonna go up one way and hit, you know, like 6-7 states, and then we're gonna come back a little north and then hit a couple different states. So I think we can go through Atlanta. So maybe if there's a game. Because we've been through Atlanta twice, but they didn't have a game either time. They were out of town. So I still want to take them to see, you know, Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Assuming that's what it's still called. I don't know. I haven't been to a Braves game since '94. Yeah. I had fun. I really did have a lot of fun. But yeah, I want to take the boys on a stadium tour too. But I don't know how many they could stomach in one trip, you know. So that's why we're doing it. But I'll let you know the dates that we're going to be there. When we'll actually be at the canyon, you can fly down again, bring the boys, we'll go. Mine are 13, 11, 10, and 7. So I got a big spread. My brother's got 6 boys, so if he lives in Australia, but he might come down this year too, and I know he likes the Grand Canyon. So he might come too, and he's got boys from like 3 to like 17. Yeah, we can hear the trash cans. Yeah, I want to do all that. I want to hit, whatever stadiums we can. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Riley Green. I told the boys that I was gonna ask them if you could be an extra in a movie, but only if they were good. So they've been promising they're gonna be really good, and I told them if they are, I'll ask you one day. so so I'm basically holding it over their head. Yeah, I'll let you know when we're gonna be there. All I know right now is it's summer. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like July. It's probably gonna be hot as hell, but yeah, we could do that. I probably, sometimes Tops has me out for the All-Star game anyway. So, but I don't know. I might be on their shit list. I just turned down something they asked me to do, so I don't know. They might not. They might not have me back to the All-Star game, but I'll still go anyway. I love the home run derby, man. There is the All-Star festivities. The best thing, hands down, is the home run derby. I enjoyed the minor league, the prospects game. I forget what they call it. I really enjoyed that too, but that was just because I was the only one in the stadium that knew who was playing. But the actual All-Star game, it's not very fun. I mean, it's kind of fun, but it's not really that fun. The softball game, the celebrity softball game, is better than the actual All-Star game. But man, home run derby, oh my gosh, that's so electrifying. That's great. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's cool, Phil. That's so cool. You gotta tell. You gotta tell. Now I'm over here laughing. You gotta tell. Yeah, the home run derby's much better. I've done FanFest where I've done a break live for Tops. Um, I didn't enjoy it, but I would do it again for them. Jamari Baylor. I mean, I like breaking, but I didn't like the crowds were like right up on top of me. They didn't put any kind of a barrier at all. So it was like me here breaking, and then people's hands on the table, like touching the cards, and people were stealing. Like I would put a card down, and somebody would steal it. it was like the Wild Wild West. It was so I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I don't want to do it. All right, I'll tell him. So, I had two cases that I set aside for somebody, and they didn't buy them, right? And so I was telling Phil, I said, I had two cases set aside for somebody, and they didn't buy them, and he was like, well, I'll take one, and I was like, okay. So I sold him one. The other one was the one we broke tonight. So I told Phil, I was like, I feel like the case you have is like this case. I was like, no guarantees, but I just, I feel like it is. They came the same day, and they both had, remember I told you about the box, how there was no markings on the box? Well, Phil had asked me, he was like, are you sure it's a sealed case? So I looked over the case, and it was taped up originally from Tops, and then Blowout had added some extra tape. But the original tape was still intact. So I was like, yeah, it's still a case. But I realized it didn't have the markings on it. So I was like, but it was still a sealed case. So I was like, okay. So I sent it to him. So we were talking about it in DMs. And he was like, "You're gonna make me open this case, right?" And I was like, "No, you don't have to open it, you know, unless you want amazing cards." He opened one box and hit a Tatis auto. Cantorino. So I thought that was pretty cool. Not the super, it's a base. But that's just box one. There's 39 more in his case. He was going to hold it, but after tonight, he was like, okay, I got to open it. JJ Blade. And Phil, that one doesn't have the markings on the side, right? I mean, I'm almost certain it doesn't, because I remember thinking, am I really sending him a sealed case? But I was pretty sure I was. Yeah, it's just a base so far. He's opened one box and hit a base Tatis. That's crazy though. One box and hit a Tatis like that. And you guys know, other than tonight, how rare those are. So that's funny. That's funny. So it expires August 21. So you got a year and a half. You could sit on the rest. If you can bear it. If you can bear it, you can sit on the rest. That's cool though. Now you hit one. You hit one. I hit you two. Yeah, no markings. That was what made me worried, but you know, it was the exact same size and it was originally sealed, so. But the case I just had, the one I just had, didn't have any markings. And when you opened it, all the boxes fit exactly, right? Just like the other cases. I mean, the boxes were the exact same size, and they were direct from Topps. Yeah, I think you've got one of those cases. Hey, Phil, I need to get that one back from you. Deathridge. Phil, that's the best $8,000 you've ever spent, my friend. Assuming there's more in there. That's funny. That is so funny. Yeah, we've got to know like how many supers came out and how many Tatis. We already know one Tatis, but what about the supers? That's what we got to know about. That's so cool. And you know, I actually felt really bad. Not this case, obviously, but the one right before it had the markings on it. And I actually was going to contact you and say, hey, Phil, I've got a case with markings. Do you want to switch them? I was going to do it. And then I was like, that's a pain. You know, I don't want to have to ship one back, ship a new one out. But I thought you would rather have one that says on the side, you know, that it's an actual case. Could you imagine if we had done that? Wow. And the only reason I wanted to do it is because I felt bad sending you, you know, this inferior case. Riley Green to 99. Riley Green. Another Garcia. So that puts him at 31, right? 31. Yeah, that's true. You don't really know what's redeemed. I know I've had reds, but I didn't pull a red myself. I sent a red out in one of my mystery boxes. A guy got one pack in a mystery box, opened his one pack, and it was a red Tatis auto. Could you imagine getting one Sapphire pack? You open it up, and it's a red Tatis redemption. No way. No way. Phil. Damn, that's a great... Woo. I love it. Say you bought it from Blowout Cards, though, okay? Don't say you bought it from me. If you say anything at all. I mean, obviously, you don't have to say anything, but... Colorado State. I bet that was cool. Dominic Fletcher, refractor auto. That's funny. Those are going to be some cool ass videos, that's for sure. Yeah, could be. I'm not sure exactly. Cower? Jackson Cower? 29 for Garcia? Okay. All right. JJ Ghost. JJ Ghost. All right, guys. 6 boxes left in case 101, which is this case that we're in right now is the 50th case for this break. We've got one more case after it, which is the bonus case, the case I threw in for free, which technically you guys paid for it, but I mean, I could have just kept the money. So we're going to call it for free. He probably doesn't want to say who the super is because he doesn't want to ruin the video. You got to wait for the video. Could you imagine if that guy I don't feel guilty. I don't have any problem making money. I mean, it's my money, but I think it makes good business sense if you make more money than you expect to give another case to the break because people remember that. You know what I mean? And then next year they're back. But no, I didn't feel guilty. Could you imagine the guy if he had gotten these 2 cases and actually paid for them? Joey Bart. Wow. I mean, just alone, he'd have 7 supers and 8 Tatis autos. Wow, that's a good name. That's a good name. I like Jackie. I hit his Superfractor auto. His prospect auto. At the time, it was like a $15,000 card. Uh-oh. You haven't been recording? Watch, you're done. the rest of the boxes, there's no supers, no... That's funny. Case hit. Michael Toglia to 250. Yeah, no, I definitely, and I feel strongly that if I have a goal for each break when I do these auctions. I have a goal of what I want to make. It's got to be enough money that I can pay my staff, right? It's got to be enough money that I can pay for the cases. Then it's got to be enough money to make it worth it. I mean, think about it. I just opened, this is 101 cases for this break. That means I spent at least 101 hours. I mean, one night I worked 9 hours live on video. You know what I mean? So it's got to be worth it for me to do it. And once I hit that, then I'm happy. I've made my money. You know what I mean? So if I can throw another case in and have still made my money, then I feel like it's a win-win, you know? I mean, I'm able to pay all of my staff, right? Pay for all the supplies, everything, all the shipping, you know, and still have enough of a profit where it was worth it to do this. Shoot, that's a no-brainer. But the other thing I know is if I sit on the cases, they're worth so much more. So think about this. Since I started this break and today, between then and today, the cases are worth just these 102. $51,000 more than they were when I started. So just in the last month, these 102 cases have gone up $51,000. So if I had just sat on them and not broke them, I'd have made an additional 51,000. But that's not really that's a game that people would play, and I don't want to play that game, because this is the real world, and it's entirely possible that the cases could have gone down 51,000. They didn't, and they haven't in the last few years, but that doesn't mean they won't. I mean, 2015's calling, and it's telling me it's sure as hell possible. So, I'm happy. I'm more than content with the way this break has gone. And I think that 2020 Bowman's probably going to be similar. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. They still cry all night long. Yeah, but I mean, believe me, no matter what happens, 2015 Bowman draft is really high in my mind. And what it tells me is you can lose money on Bowman draft. Go ahead and play games with it and see what happens, Yeah, I don't have that kind of money. And plus, in order to buy these cases, I had to sell them immediately so that I could pay Blowout. Blowout's not going to want me to owe them, $400,000 for very long, So yeah, but it's good. It's a nice economy. It's a nice product. It's a nice product if it's going up $51,000. So it's been a good time. I've really enjoyed doing these breaks. But I do remember 2015 Bowman draft and taking a bath. Every dollar I made in 2015, every dollar I made, I lost on 2015 draft. Every single dollar. And I worked all year. I busted my ass all year and lost every penny of it on 2015 Bowman draft. Matt Gorski, gold refractor auto. So that's always going to be in my mind. 14 draft, I did not do very well. 2012 and 2013 Bowman Chrome, I lost money. I lost money on Topps Chrome Football. So I bought 20 cases and I lost quite a bit. So, I can definitely make mistakes here and then, but the last little run's been pretty good. And you just got to be able to wear those lumps. You can't break at this level and not have that happen. Most guys don't survive. 2015 draft wiped the table clean on group breakers. I mean, it really did. For every 100 group breakers in 2015, probably, 1 in 3, 1 in 4 were still standing after that. It was pretty bad. Except for the guy that had the Bowman draft Asia. He was just fine. It was the rest of us that suffered. Yeah, right. Yeah. And all the color. Well, hey, I just hit you a gold though, bro. Right? I don't know if that makes up for Bickford, but I got you a gold. You still have every one of them. Yeah, I know. 2000. You know what I wish I had back? I bought these the value boxes from Target and Walmart and Blowout. And man, I had hundreds of them. I wish I had some of those back. Braden Shoemake. Yeah, 2015 was a pretty tough year. It was a tough year. Gilliam. I was pretty numb throughout anyway. So. No, that was Matt Gorski. I don't think you have Gorski, do you? I thought that was Bull. Alec Marsh. Yeah, I'll still stream. I won't stream until 6 a.m. probably, but you never know. Red and Lindor, yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, I'm a little bit smarter about it now. Um, Back then, I didn't sell everything before release. Nowadays, I try to have everything sold before release. Jemai Jones, um, So, but before, what I was trying to do is I was trying to sit on a lot of product because Bowman goes up, right? And so I would sell some of it, but I wouldn't sell everything. Nowadays, I sell every single case. Um, and it's because of this. But it made money not to sell Bowman right away. Sell some, and then when it goes up a little bit, sell more, and then when it goes up a little bit, sell more, and when it goes up a little bit, you know what I mean? That's how I had been doing it, and it worked. And then 2015 draft came, and instead of selling it for more money every time, I was selling it for less every time. See here. Yeah. I love 2012 draft. I love that class. It was a pretty good class. Yeah, I do have a much bigger clientele, and the cases cost a lot more. Nelson, but yeah, if as long as I can sell, the vast majority of it in advance, then that takes the risk away, and that makes me a lot happier. A lot happier. Ethan Small, what a run he was on yesterday. Did you see that? I hit 5 Ethan Small autos in 2 cases. It's crazy. Yeah, Richie Schaefer, that was my guy. I watched a video where they called him Schaffer. I don't know what video it was, but it was some kind of a legitimate video. But anyway, they called him Schaffer in the video. So for the first like 50 cases of 2012, I called him Schaffer, like an idiot. I was like, look, it's Richie Schaffer. And they're like, somebody was like, bro, it's Schaefer. I was like, no, it's not. It's, because I'm an expert now. I was like, no, it's not. It's Schaffer. And he's like, I went to his school. Over when he played games, they called him Schaefer. I don't think it's Schaffer. So I was like, oh, okay, never mind. I was holding out on the redemptions till the end. It's true. Who's that? Schaefer does? Ah, that's cool. Ah, you do. You do. I also went after Mikey Matuk pretty heavy. He's had a pretty good career. He's still playing. Yeah. I hit a ton of him last night. It was crazy. Sixto Sanchez. You got enough of them. I probably still have more. No, I don't PC anybody anymore. After Leonise died, I just stopped caring about collecting completely. Oh, look at that. Priester to 75. Man, Priester's had a good run. That's good. I like Matuk. He's a pretty good player. You know, he's not an all-star, but he's a pretty good player. What we hit? We hit a green and an orange, didn't we? And Phil hit the orange. Yeah. Davis Wenzel. That's cool. I like the blacks. The blacks look good. Coca-Cola. Green refractor. Oh no, it's Wyatt. That's Bull, right? Wyatt's Bull and Gorski's Tony. I had those back. I don't know why I thought I had them backwards. I was like, look, I hit you a gold, but that's funny. Yeah, I was just going for whoever the Rays had in the first round, to be honest with you. That's all it was. Tony Henry. Turns out the Rays don't draft very well in the first round. Yeah, it'd be a cool set. Adley, though. Adley's got a black, so he's in that set. That's going to be an expensive card. Brady McConnell. Three boxes left, guys. Yeah, any new color usually doesn't sell very well. Back in 2007, nobody liked the oranges. New color, nobody liked it. Now it's a staple, you know. $29K, good lord. Was that the black wave? I know somebody hit the black wave. He looked grumpy though in his photo. Fitterer, gold paper. Balake. Yeah, that one's probably a little bit more expensive. Matthew Allen. Sky blue. Yeah, I like those. I like the hot packs. I think those were cool. I liked it when they had the Arias when they had the the wave packs where you could hit an auto, you know, I thought those were cool, but then they made them where they're just regular hits, so they're not as cool. But you know, when you got like a wave pack, those were cool packs, man. Reese Hines. Reese Hines. Peyton Burdick. Got a gold Logan Driscoll. That's a nice card. Kyle Stowers. I was hoping that was Adley, but then I saw the K, so I knew it wasn't Adley. 2 boxes left, guys. All right, Tony. Yeah, definitely watch the first 50 minutes anyway. Then you can just jump forward. How long have we been live? 2 hours, 42 minutes. Yeah. Got a purple. Alec Marsh. That purple was really cool though. Did you look that up to see what they've sold for? Current prices aren't accurate though. They might be down a little bit right now. I have one more case. One more case. And I do personals of Draft Sapphire if anybody wants some. I've got Bowman Draft Sapphire sitting here. So if anybody wants any of that, I'll do those. But other than that, I'll be done. Chris Murphy. Kendall Williams. None have sold and none are listed. I want to say his orange was a couple hundred. His orange to 25. So You might be able to look for his orange and see what they are. Orange or maybe red, and then just kind of, you know, less than a red, more than an orange kind of thing. Yeah, we'll be live probably another 40 minutes at least, and that's assuming nobody does personals. Another Peyton? Yeah, another Peyton. Go with that orange you got earlier. Peyton Burdick. I'd like to end it with an Adley. Nice color Adley. He's got a handful of autos. He's done okay auto number wise. Not, you know, fantastic, but he's done okay. Probably better than he did in the first half, but he just doesn't have color. Just the one blue wave. I've had a few opportunities to get bigger. I just didn't take them because, you know, I like how I do it. I don't necessarily... twice I've been invited to ESPN, and I turned both of those down. I don't want to be on ESPN. Not like the main show, but like ESPN has like a collectibles version. You know, they've got like a collectible show. And I turned that down. And then I've been invited to a couple bigger events, and I've always turned those down too. Like the what's that big convention every year where all the group breakers and hobby shop owners and distributors all get together and drink? It's right on the tip of my tongue. I don't like going to that either, so I never went. I've turned that invitation down every year. So I think those are the kind of things that would probably grow, you know, my business. But I'm having trouble like meeting demand by myself, so I don't really want to. Brennan Malone, that's nice, to 50. Yeah, I don't want to, you know, if I'm already at peak, you know, there's nothing else I can do, you know. Other than hiring staff. No, not the national. It's another event. It's called conference. I forget what the name of it is. The public isn't invited. It's only... damn, I can't think of the name. Yes, the Industry Summit. Thank you. I don't go to that. And I was also invited to join a couple, basically to be bought out for the most part. I was offered to be bought out a couple times, but I'd rather stay with Blowout. Blowout's treated me really well, you know, and the other people say I can make more money with them, but, you know, Blowout's never lied to me. They've never, like, not kept their word. And I see a lot of these other people all the time. They're like, oh, hey, this guy, you know, promised he's going to do this and then didn't. You know what I mean? Like, say I order 200 cases of draft, right? And in between the time that I order it and it comes out, draft's gone up. Like, gone up. You know what I mean? They still give me those cases at that price. They don't ever, you know, oh, sorry, we don't have enough cases. So, you know, they've never done that. So I'd rather just stay where I am. I don't mind being small. I don't think I'm small. I mean, you know, when it comes to Bowman draft, nobody's bigger, but Bowman in general. But I don't open like, you know, 40 cases of National Treasures. You know what I mean? I don't do with those kind of things. Which in a way I wish I did, because those breaks take like 15 minutes and you make 10 times the money. So, maybe I wasn't real wise, but I like these. I like opening baseball. So I'll stick with what I know. But I do have basketball coming. I have some basketball coming. I've still got some Prism cases. So now that I'm done with this, I can start doing a couple basketball breaks and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that because those are fun. Wow, look at that. Last auto. Last auto in the 50 is Andrew Vaughn. That's fantastic. All right, guys, so we have one more case. This last case is the gravy case. It's the bonus case. So I threw it in. You guys paid for it, but I threw it in, and we're about to open it. So what do you guys think about that? Pretty cool, right? One more case. I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, I mean, there's been some really big cards in the others, basketball and football. Some of my biggest hits were basketball. Well, my biggest hits were basketball. That what the hell is going on? That Babe Ruth card, monetarily wasn't even probably a top 5 hit for me, but a lot of those big hits have been basketball hits. All right, so let's see what we got. Gold Ryan Fitterer, Dane Dunning orange, gold Alec Baum 50 of 50, and orange Will Wilson, which is a really nice card, and gold Aaron Shunk. So this was our 50th case in this break. We've got one case left, and then we're done. Detroit refractor. All right, guys. Non-auto hits. Stott, Jahmai Jones, Alec Marsh, Logan Driscoll gold, Peyton Burdick, Arias, Henry, Cannon, Sanchez, Nelson, Jones, Santana, Palante, Quintana, Cower, Riley Green, Balake, Ornelas, Hose, Wander Franco variation, Fitterer, Murphy, Nunez, Allen, Robinson, Marsh, Gilbert, and Swaggerty, Cavaco, Noah Song, Stewart, Smith, Sanchez, Franchise Futures Green, and Grayson Rodriguez. So some nice cards. Autos. Not exactly sure what I'm going to put up as the photo, to be honest with you. Andrew Vaughn, Isaiah Campbell, Brennan Malone, Gold Wave, Peyton Burdick, Refractor Auto, Kendall Williams, Matt Wallner, Kyle Stowers, Sky Blue, Reese Hines, Balake, Brady McConnell, Davis Wenzel, Refractor, Quinn Priester, Black, Ethan Small, Green, Seth Johnson, Alec Marsh, Matt Gorski, Gold, Campbell, Taglia, JJ Ghost, Fletcher Refractor, Ryan Garcia, Purple, Cantorino, Jamari Baylor Refractor, Josh Jung, that's a nice card, Purple, Zephyr Jean Purple, Fart, Josh Wolf Refractor, Ryan Garcia again, that's 2, Alec Marsh, Brett Batty, Dominic Fletcher Gold Wave, Antoine Kelly Refractor, Logan Carroll, Ryan Garcia again, I think that's 3 Ryan Garcia, CJ Abrams Blue Wave, that's a nice card, Matthew Thompson, Balake Purple, Matt Gorski Refractor, JJ Blade Base Auto, Jimmy Lewis Blue Wave, Tyler Baum Refractor, Ryan Jensen Case Hit, Spencer Steer Color Blue Refractor, Cantorino, Logan Davidson, Kendall Williams Blue, and Peyton Burdick Orange. So Some really nice hits. I think we're gonna go with um, Abrams, Jung, and Vaughn. There was a Blade in there too that was pretty nice, but we'll go with these three for the photo. I wish I had hold on to my Greek freaks. I wish I had done that. I had a guy tip me a Greek freak rookie patch auto. I hit him the superfractor, or not the superfractor, the Logoman rookie auto. So he tipped me a base, and I think I sold it for like $200, and it's like a $10,000 card now.